Welcome to Dream with Tarot. Press that subscribe button and let's get started.
Can you name the 8 immortal people as per Hinduism? As per Hinduism, there are the 8 immortals who are to remain alive on earth until the end of the current Kali Yuga. For various reasons, these 8 immortals are said to still live on the earth in blood and flesh even today. These immortal people or Chiranjivis were born human, but were/are blessed or cursed with really long life. These 8 immortal people are given a group name Ashta-Chiranjeevi. Ashta means 8. Chiranjivi is a Sanskrit word or term, which means immortal. It doesn't even correspond with the English word eternal. Chiranjivi is the combination of two words, Chiran which means long or permanent and Jivi which means lived, which can roughly translate to long-lived or immortal. The term Chiranjivi is similar to the word Amaratva, which means true immortality. Immortal person is a person who lives eternally until the destruction of the universe. All physical bodies are predicted to become irrelevant or will die at the end of time along with the destruction of the whole universe. The 8 immortals, Chiranjivis are. These Ashta-Chiranjeevis are referred to as the 8 great warriors. Veda Vyasa, Veda Vyasa, an immortal, Chiranjivi. Veda Vyasa was the son of sage Parashurama and Satyavati, a fisherwoman. He is the great-grandson of the sage Vasishtha. Veda Vyasa was born at the end of Treta Yuga. He lived the complete Dwapara Yuga. He saw the initial phase of Kali Yuga and is considered to be still in existence according to Hindu tradition. Veda Vyasa and the Kauravas. In the Hindu epic of the Mahabharata, the blind king, Dhritarashtra had 100 sons. The 100 sons were known as the Kauravas. The blind king of Hastinapur, Dhritarashtra, was married to Gandhari. Gandhari took a promise that she will too share the darkness that her husband lived in. So, she wrapped a cloth over her eyes after her marriage. One time, a sage named Krishna Dwaipayana Vyasa had come to visit Gandhari in Hastinapur. She took care of this great saint very nicely. She saw to it that the sage had a pleasant stay in Hastinapur. The saint was pleased with Gandhari's hospitality and granted her a boon. Gandhari wished to have 100 sons who would be as strong as her husband. Dvaipayana Vyasa granted her this boon. In due course of time, Gandhari became pregnant. But 2 years passed by and still the baby was not born. After being pregnant for 2 years, Gandhari gave birth to a hard piece of lifeless flesh. This flesh did not look like a baby at all. Gandhari was shattered as she had thought that the blessings of Rishi Vyasa will be fulfilled. She was just about to throw away the piece of flesh when Rishi Vyasa suddenly appeared in front of her and told Gandhari to arrange for 100 jars to be filled with ghee. He cut the piece of flesh into 100 pieces and placed them inside the 100 jars. These 100 pieces of flesh developed into 100 sons that she had so desired. The 100 sons of Gandhari were known as Kauravas. Veda Vyasa composed the Mahabharata with Lord Ganesha as the writer. He is also the writer of the Puranas as well as the traditional compiler of the Vedas. The Guru Purnima festival is also known as Vyasa Purnima as this day is his birthday and it is also the day when he divided the Vedas. As per scriptures, Veda Vyasa has always lived in one place, that is on the banks of the river Ganga, in modern Uttarakhand, called Badri or Badrikashrama. Research shows that it has been approximately 700 years since someone has met Veda Vyasa physically. To Ashwathama. From the composer of the Mahabharata, we come to the characters of the Mahabharata. Drona or Dronacharya was the teacher of the Kauravas and the Pandavas. Drona had performed severe penance for many years to please Lord Shiva. He did this to obtain a son who has the same courage as Lord Shiva. Ashwathama, the son of Drona, was born. Ashwathama is the incarnation of one of the 11 Rudras. Kripacharya and Ashwathama are believed to be the only people who survived the famous Kurukshetra war. He was a good friend of Duryodhana, the eldest of the 100 Kauravas. So, he fought against the Pandavas' princes. Being the son of Dronacharya, he was a genius at using all the weapons. His father, out of love, gave him the Brahmastra. But he wasn't the right person to possess it. Since his birth, his forehead was adorned with a gem. This gem was gifted by Lord Shiva. The gem has the power to save Ashwathama from illness or wounds. During the Kurukshetra war, Ashwathama had cunningly killed 5 children of the Pandavas, who were asleep. He thought that they were the 5 Pandavas. He did this to please his friend Duryodhana, who wanted to see the end of the Pandavas and their lineage. Ashwathama had used his Brahmastra to kill the innocent children, to fulfill his vow made to Duryodhana. Later he came to know that the Pandavas were still alive and that he had killed their sons instead of the 5 Pandavas. Ashwathama knew that he had sinned by killing the children, and so he headed straight to sage Vyasa for penance. Shri Krishna advised Arjuna to counter Ashwathama's Brahmastra by releasing the same astra from his arrow. But sage Veda Vyasa stopped the 2 lethal weapons from colliding because he knew what a disaster it could have been to the universe. Veda Vyasa asked Arjun to retrieve his lethal weapon, which he did. But Ashwathama failed to retrieve his Brahmastra. As punishment to overcome his sins, Shri Krishna asked Ashwathama to cut the jewel from his forehead and roam around the world in search of love, mercy, sympathy and peace of mind. And this punishment proved to be more lethal than death for Ashwathama, as he became immortal and shall have to carry the burden of his sins until the end of Kali Yuga. He received immortality as a curse because he would live forever with his body covered with painful sores and ulcers that would never be healed. As per research, Ashwathama was last seen in Gujarat and Burhanpur, MP. 3 Kripacharya, an Immortal / Chiranjivi. Kripacharya is the 4th incarnation of Lord Brahma. He is well known as the royal guru of the princes in the Mahabharata. He was born extraordinarily to Janapadi and Saradwan. He and his sister Kripi were adopted by King Shantanu. Kripa in Sanskrit means mercy or pity. As he and his sister were adopted by King Shantanu out of mercy, they were named so. His sister, Kripi, married Dronacharya and gave birth to Ashwathama. Kripacharya became an expert archer and hence was given the title Acharya, which means master. Later on, Kripa became the well-known and famous teacher of the royal children of Mahabharata and hence was named Kripacharya. Kripacharya was impartial towards his students and treated them as his kids. He along with his nephew Ashwathama is the only fighters alive who participated in Kurukshetra war. Kripacharya too is believed to stay till the end of Kali Yuga as penance because he had accompanied Ashwathama and supported him in burning and killing children in the Pandava camp. Karma is everything. Even after being such a learned person, Kripacharya had to do penance. Be observant of your thoughts and actions. 4 Mahabali, an immortal / Chiranjivi. Mahabali is also known as Bali. Bali was Aditya, an evil king, and the grandson of Prahlada. After numerous wars, the unbeatable Bali had won heaven and earth. The gods of heaven approached Lord Vishnu to save them from Bali. Lord Vishnu refused to help as Bali was his devotee. But the gods of heaven pleaded as they couldn't take charge of activities in heaven. So Lord Vishnu decided to take an incarnation of a dwarf Brahmin, Vamana. When Mahabali was performing the Ashwamedha, the Vedic sacrifices, Lord Vishnu entered the scene as the Vamana. When Mahabali asked Vamana in great pride, "What do you want?" Vamana said he needed just 3 steps of land. Mahabali in his pride laughed and granted him the gift. Vamana then transformed into Lord Vishnu's giant form called the Trivikram. Lord Vishnu started taking his 3 steps. The first step he took was the heavens from Bali. The second step he took was the earth. Vishnu then asks Bali where he should put the third step as he didn't have any place now. To which Mahabali realized that he was the supreme Lord Vishnu, and hence offered his own head for the third step. Some texts say that when Lord Vishnu touched Bali with his feet he became Chiranjivi or immortal. It is said that Bali stayed in heaven and was granted long life. Lord Vishnu had even granted Bali a boon whereby he could return to earth every year. It is believed that, in Kerala, the harvest festivals of Balipratipada and Onam are celebrated to mark his yearly homecoming. 5. Hanuman, an immortal / Chiranjivi. Lord Hanuman is one of the biggest characters of Ramayana. Lord Hanuman is the reincarnation of Lord Shiva. He is also called Vayuputra because he is the godson of Vayu Deva or wind god. Lord Rama and Hanuman are meant to be together. It is believed that even today, wherever Lord Ram is worshipped, Hanuman will always be present. In the Ramayana, when Sita, Rama's wife, was kidnapped by Ravana and was taken to Lanka, Ravana captured her in Lanka using his Pushpak Viman, Ravana's aeroplane. As Lanka is surrounded by the sea, there was no way of reaching Lanka than flying. As Hanuman can fly, he flew to Lanka in search of Sita. He found her inside Ravana's palace, in Ashok Vatika. When Sita saw Hanuman, out of sheer joy and gratitude she blessed him to be immortal. At a certain point in time, Lord Hanuman was even asked to prove his loyalty and devotedness to Lord Rama. He immediately tore his chest apart, to show that Lord Rama and Sita are in his heart. Such was / his devotion. Captivated by Hanuman's devotion, Lord Rama healed him and also blessed him with immortality, to which Hanuman refused and touched Rama's feet. But, still, Rama blessed him with long life. At the end of Treta Yuga, Lord Rama drowned himself in the Saryu river so that he could move back to the heavens as Lord Vishnu. But, Lord Rama advised Hanuman to stay on earth and protect it from evil, as he was immortal. Few of Lord Hanuman's traces are found by some people. It is even believed that Hanuman avoided going to the heavens and demanded to stay on earth as long as Lord Ram is worshipped by people. Hanuman resides wherever the name of Lord Ram is taken, such as his love for God. It is also said that during the Ram Katha, the first person to come and the last person to leave is always Chiranjivi Hanuman. In 1998, in the Himalayas, during a pilgrimage in Mansarovar Yatra, a pilgrim saw a light in the cave. This pilgrim immediately took a photo of this light. He died shortly after clicking the picture. When his fellow travelers developed the photo, they were surprised to see a monkey-formed being, reviewing what looks like the Vedas. Whoever recites the Hanuman Chalisa overcomes any life's obstacles and miseries. 6. Vibhishan, an immortal / Chiranjivi. Another character from the Ramayana is Ravana's youngest brother, Vibhishana. Vibhishana, Kumbhakarna and Ravana were brothers who prayed to Lord Brahma while they were kids. Happy by their prayers, Lord Brahma blessed Ravana with immense strength and power. Kumbhakarna so didn't get any blessings, and Vibhishana was blessed with taking the side of truth always. When Ravana and Lord Rama were at war, Vibhishana knew that Lord Rama was right and his brother was wrong. He had pleaded with his brother Ravana to release Sita and ask for forgiveness from Lord Rama. This further agitated Ravana and he banished Vibhishana. Vibhishana went to Lord Rama and told him the way he could kill Ravana. Despite being from an Asur class, he was dedicated to Lord Rama and fought for what was right. So he was blessed with immortality. He has been even crowned the king of Lanka after Ravana was killed by Rama because he stood for righteousness. Vibhishana has a boon to remain on the earth only until the end of the Mahayugas. 7. Parashurama, an immortal / Chiranjivi. Parashurama is the 6th incarnation of Lord Vishnu. He is well informed about all Shastras, knowledge / spirituality, normal weapons and divine weapons. Parashurama was born in a Brahmin family. He took birth for the sake of eliminating the evil on the earth. During his birth, the Kshatriya class had turned evil and used to abuse their powers by frightening and oppressing the common people. Even after seeing this, Parashurama's anger was not invoked. He burst into anger when the king named Kartvirya had come to his hut. Parashurama was not in his hut at that time. Looking at this opportunity, the king used his powers to take away the holy Surabhi cow that Parashurama's family had. After his return, when he found out what had happened, he challenged Kartvirya and defeated him. This disturbed the rest of the kings and they all challenged Parashurama for war. Parashurama was a one-man army and still defeated all the kings. After the wars, when Parashurama returned to his father with the Surabhi cow and told him about the battle fights, his father was a sage, so he advised Parashurama that a Brahmin should never kill a king. To overcome his sins, Parashurama had to go on a pilgrimage. After returning from his pilgrimage, he comes to know that while he was away, his father was killed by Kartvirya's sons as revenge. Parashurama again picked up his axe and killed all the Kshatriyas on earth. In the end, he surrenders his weapons and takes up yoga. Parashurama's presence is also stated in the Ramayana. There was a conflict between him and Lord Rama over Lord Shiva's broken bow broken by Rama. He is even present in the Mahabharata as a teacher or guru of Bhishma, Drona, Rukmi, and Karna. In the Kalki Purana, it is stated that he will reappear at the end of time, to be the martial guru of the 10th Lord Vishnu incarnation, Kalki. 8 Markandeya, an immortal / Chiranjivi. Markandeya was born in the clan of Bhrigu Rishi, hence he is also known as one of the most ancient rishis. Markandeya is a disciple of Lord Shiva. When Yama, the god of death, had come to take Markandeya, Lord Shiva appeared and fought with Yama. Lord Shiva won and granted immortality to Markandeya. Markandeya Purana comprises dialogues between sage Jaimini and Markandeya. There are many chapters in the Bhagavata Purana dedicated to these conversations and prayers. One of these chapters states that once sage Narayana visited Markandeya and asked him for a blessing or a boon. Markandeya requested sage Narayana to show him his Maya or illusory power. To accomplish his wish, Lord Vishnu appeared in the form of a child floating on a leaf and professed to the sage that he was time and death. Sage Markandeya entered into his mouth to save himself from the rising water. Inside the child's stomach, Markandeya learnt about all the worlds, the 7 regions and the 7 oceans. The mountains and the kingdoms were all there in the child's body. Markandeya did not know what to comprehend from this vastness, so he started praying to Lord Vishnu. Sage Markandeya spent almost 1,000 years with Lord Vishnu to understand what he saw, and then he composed the Bala Mukundashtakam. After researching about these 8 immortals, I remembered the famous quote by Soren Kierkegaard: life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. Do share your comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Dream with Tarot.